Hey. Okay, so today, right now, I am going to kind of teach you a few tips and tricks with this Maskcara 3D foundation. So there's really so many cool things about this foundation, but one of the main things that I think just sells everybody is the versatility that you have with this makeup. So I'm gonna be talking right now about under eye. So that's a common thing that I get asked is I have really dark circles under my eyes, I have bags, how do I conceal them? What do you recommend? So now most people make this mistake of if they have really dark circles under their eye, they try to put on a really light color. And I have to tell you that doesn't cover. If you think about, I always tell people in the sense of like a crayon, if you take a white piece of paper and you color like a dark spot on the paper, and then if you try to take like a white crayon and color over that, it's not gonna cover that dark spot at all because the color is so much lighter than that dark spot. So in order to get the coverage, you have to counteract the color first, then you can use something to go in and brighten. So if you take that dark brown spot and you use something darker, like to go over it first, it's gonna cover it better, and then you can go in and brighten. So that's what I do, and that's what I highly recommend with this makeup. So if you are somebody who struggles with the under eye area, I'm gonna show you a trick here. So sounds really weird, and I know you're gonna be like, what the heck, Harm? But I promise it works so good. So this is the Frenchie Blush Lip and Cheek Color by Maskcara. I'm gonna take my finger and I am going to apply that very lightly. You don't need very much at all. And I'm gonna apply that under the eye, okay? So what this does is this counteracts a lot of the dark blue, dark black, or just the hollow look that you will get under the eye from those sleepless nights or whatever you want, whatever it may be that's causing it. So I'm just gonna blend that, and I'm gonna show you the difference in the two. So I'm not gonna do it on one side and then I'm gonna do it on this side. And then I like to, for the coverage under the eye, I really like to use this Power Powder Brush. I'm gonna get my new one. That one's a wood one. This Power Powder Brush right here. This angle and the density of this brush puts a really nice application of highlight right there. And it gives good coverage. This brush is gonna give you a little bit heavier coverage than some of our other brushes, okay? So I'm going to take that, I'm gonna zoom this in a little bit, and I'm gonna use my highlight color, which for me is June. And I'm just gonna go right in over that very lightly. You don't need very much at all. And just kind of stipple that color right over it. Not like blending or swiping too much, but just like stippling that color over it. Right there, just like that. That is it. See how that covers? Now if I were to go and then just do the highlight color, which this highlight color June is kind of my all over color that matches my skin tone, and you can also go in and brighten a little bit if needed with another color. So I don't know if you can tell by just looking at that, because this is hard to tell through this camera here, but you can tell that this side looks a lot more hollow underneath there and there's not as much coverage. So that Frenchie is gonna make all the difference in giving you that coverage. And then once you get that layer of highlight, if you wanted to then use a little bit of a lighter color to just brighten the teensiest bit, you could even go in with your Power Powder Brush, go in with the other side, and I'm gonna use Linen. Linen is an awesome brightening color. I'm just stippling into my colors. Like when I pick up color onto my brush, I'm gonna show you, I just do this. Just dab it real fast. Like I don't swipe hard. The only thing I swipe usually is sometimes with contour, but for the most part, I just stipple. Then you can kind of go in and brighten. So Linen works really well for really brightening and bringing a lot of light to that area. Now from here, it's really important to use your perfector sponge, because if you don't, you can easily get too much makeup there and it'll crease. So once you've got your color on, now obviously you would go in and finish the rest of your face too, but I'm not gonna do that because I'm gonna save you guys time. We're just focusing on the main thing here. So then I'm gonna take my damp perfector sponge and I'm gonna go in and just take that little point and I'm just gonna press that makeup into the skin as well as absorb any excess makeup. And that will give you coverage under the eye and a flawless makeup application. So there's my under eye trick for you. Also, another thing that works really well is to use a very dark color like mango. And if you are darker skinned, you could use that mango and put that under the eye first and then go in with a brighter color like June or Candlelit or something like that to kind of brighten. So, but I promise you it'll work better than anything else. And it's dewy, so it's not matte, which I feel like sometimes the mattifying concealers more make texture under the skin look worse. It doesn't cover like you want it to. It doesn't counteract the blue-black colors under the eyes. So by using this Frenchie, you will be amazed at what kind of coverage you can get and how it really fills in that depth under the eye. So, okay, thank you for watching. I hope that helps. And again, if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.